Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture, and today we're going over Kyan Palmer and nicopop's new album called Branding, Sweetie. So this has actually been an album I've been waiting for a long time, a long time. I guess I fell into Kyan first. So I fell into Kyan first, and I listened to his Mona Lisa from his last album, and some of the other album until not recently, maybe like last year. I went right back into it to listen to it again. But so I love his voice. I think he's a really cute guy. He really seems like a really decent guy too. And then so there was him, and I was like, cool. This is a guy that's doing something. He hasn't done anything in a while, but okay, whatever. I'll still wait for something to come out. Then Nicopop comes around, and you're like, oh, who's this Nicopop? So I got into him, and listened to some of his stuff like Below the Ceiling, or Above the Ceiling and Below the Ceiling, one and a two. That one, Lover Lover, and all the other songs that he was producing before, even his old band or old group that he did, EDM group that he did before, which was really, really nice. But this one's more, he synced into more pop sound and everything, and he has a really distinct sound, his own sound, and I think it's kind of cool and a very great thing to have around this time too. So I was like, ooh, I like them both. I'm keeping track of them both. Let's do this. Literally not so long afterwards, they released Unofficial Lover. And I really, really liked it because it didn't really sound it didn't sound exactly like the sound that Nicopop directly does, but it really sounded really nice because the harmonies, the sounds of the growing of the production, the rapper that's inside of it's really nice. It's a good full on song. And so I was like, okay, this is cute. I like this. And then he had to, and then some universal thing must have clicked, and they decided to work together and build up to an album. And they released a good 5+ songs, and it was just heaven every single time a song was released. It was just so good. Starting off with Antisocialites, and I was like, what is this? And I was just obsessed, completely obsessed. To the point where I was just like, okay, every time they release something, I stop everything and I listen to it. So in this album that's finally came out, it's 11 songs, which is, I understand that the idea of having 20+ songs on an album was a very quick trend for a minute with Drake and Zayn and all those other people. And honestly, it looked like it was going to that direction with this one, because a lot of those songs were just a lot of songs were just release. And I was like, the last time that happened is usually when it's a lengthy album. With them, I was very excited for that. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. If it has to be 20+ songs, oopsies, that's fine. Every single song is a freaking bop, so why not? So let's get into this album. I'm going to talk about each of my highlights, because I know a lot of these songs already, but I want to kind of give you the highlights in pieces. So, of course, the first song starts off with Antisocialites, featuring Yuri Jones. So this song I gotta say, yeah, it's my favorite song off the album. It's the song. It's a second single, and it's still one of their top songs. It's just amazing. The beat completely goes in after a little conductor, little kind of thing, and it's just it's telling you, are you ready for this? Immediately comes in, summer bop easily, year-round bop easily, pretty much. You just put it on a party, everybody's into it. It's just a really good song. It's what's that part? No no da da da. Da, 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 da. Let's keep it casual, let's keep it da da da, but da 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 da, that part, when it rises up, it just bounces with the beat. It's just how did you think of that? It's his voice, Kyan's voice is amazing. Nico's production is just insane. His songs is easily, and it's one of those songs that's so good that you're mad that it ended. It ends so soon. It's a decent length of a song, but it ends so soon. I feel like it stops for a minute. You're like, oh, that's it. and then the rap comes in, you're like, ah! But then it ends, even then it's just like, I'm still mad it ended. Anyway, so that was my favorite song off the album entirely. But that doesn't mean that any of the songs were bad. Like, Somebody Someone was a very last single before the album came out, and it's just completely a good song. It immediately pulls you into him wanting to actually be with somebody after a couple of songs been talking about like being single and being interested in other people, not really looking for relationships. But this one says that, and then when you think you have the song down, he fucking switches it up where it has like more of like a, not trap, kind of like a trap beat, but even he has that kind of like Kyan, I need to start saying Kyan because he's not a pepper. Kyan actually comes in and just starts writing with the beat too, and it goes into heavy bass and everything, and just it's so good. You go into Virtual Healing with Ryan, which is really good song. It's really upbeat. I don't know how he does it, but a lot of the songs are very like, has that up tempo sound that's very euphoric in a way, and you can't really help but feel that way. And I like this song. I think that it's really cool that he did like added a Latino singer rapper into it, and he also has his like, I like that kind of mixture between it is really different. Then you go into Miss Late Last Night, which is really, really nice. It's really more lower key, really cute, really easy to listen to. Intentions is the first song that you actually that is officially on the album. It's not a single. Love the bass line. Bass line's insane. Cuckoo Juice was my least favorite because it kind of sounds a bit repetitive, but it only, the biggest reason why I like it is because Kyan actually released a daily vlog for like a minute, and it literally was just like, that was a theme song to it, and I was really excited because every time you know that song was coming, you knew a great little daily vlog was coming. I really wish he would go back and do it again. I understand that they didn't really get a lot of like attention, but I really loved I love his friends. I love his day-to-day thing is you kind of see a lot of LA, and it's kind of cool. What You Like featuring Johnny Mac, really, really good song, easily a bop, just it completely throws you in. Just literally, I told myself about a half a drink, like it just throw you fucking in it, and it just super catchy. Come For You. Oop, I thought it was gonna like, oh, he's gonna come for somebody, but it's not. It's featuring Baby Valentine, and this one actually is really cool because it starts off with a single. The feature actually starts the song, which is kind of interesting. You don't really see that a lot unless it's somebody that's been like around for a while, and they're like, whatever, you can have the first time. But he actually lets that happen. But I feel like I realize it's a story back and forth. So from what I understood, wherever I understand, it's Kyan, or she's coming to the club, expecting to see him there, but he's with somebody else, and that kind of bothers her. So she's kind of like, I wish I didn't come for you, even though, like, it sucks. So, but then he responds by saying, like, I see you there, I completely ignore you, but then he kind of turns around saying, like, I can't, like, does the same verse, it kind of confuses, or same chorus, so it kind of confused me, making me think, like, he also came there for her. But I also feel like it could be another way where this is a parallel storyline where they're both at a party, nothing to do with each other, just more to do with their individual people. So they're just telling about their story about that party and how it went down from their individual people that they came for or that they're ignoring, which is kind of interesting and really cool. Headcase, complete bop, easy bop. Like, oh, that just like that's another one. It's kind of like when you're him writing that beat, like da, 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 da. Like it just just addicting completely. It's addicting. I'm a head case for it. Number 10, which is Back to Life. Really good song. It's pretty much being single and going out with his friends and actually coming back to life to be himself. I think it's really, really nice. Very celebratory. Blah, 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 blah. It's very great. It's a really good song. And finally go to Usually I'm Not in Like This, which is I love the production. It's very poolside, more like late night poolside vibe. Like you're like just hanging out at midnight and you're just at a pool, It's really, really nice like vibe. He sees this person is really irresistible, and he's doing stuff that doesn't usually do. It's a good album. It's a really, really good album. It has so much bops. Has so many. It's a bop at the bop at the bop at the bop at the bop. Like every single time. Like it's ridiculous how good this album is. I give it a. Yeah, you know what? I give it because the production was so good and they kind of stay consistent, and that's something I really, really want to nod to. I give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's a really good song. It's not, there's no undertone meaning to it, which is, I think that's kind of cool. I think sometimes some albums can be still good without having deep messages, you know. And I think that's what they shown in this. And I think they both did a great job. Time waiting for it was completely worth it. I love the album. I still wish it was much longer. I think that they would have got away perfectly with a long, very, very long album. I would have been cool with it. Like, why not? Like, it used to happen back in the day. Like, but anyways, leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. And I'll see you guys in the next video.